53rd Annual Lord Passover.
53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida.
It's going down.
You're here tonight to get a chance to be righteous enough to be worthy of God coming to save you.
That's right.
It's going down. The Lord's 53rd Annual Passover.
When we say we no cowards, we stop that business. We no cowards up in here.
Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, the IHG Hotel, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
Here's a lot of men down. You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the Lord.
Comes with all your dishes, pots, and sports knives.
I kind of like this. This is like an apartment and a hotel. You know what I mean?
This here right here is about to be holy ground. It's going to be holy ground. All our beautiful, wonderful brothers and sisters from all over the world. You understand? We can boast that now. Brothers and sisters coming not only from every state, but from all over the world. I heard the numbers this year is ridiculous. We had to buy out the whole hotel.
Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
My camp undefeated. You cannot debate. You just want the clout. We just want the praise. I'm just trying to get it.
This is going to be glorious.
We don't give a fuck, you can see it in our faces. Got it out the mud, straight up out the base.
He's telling our people to keep.
You can go ahead.
But who are the prominent people in between Moses and Christ that were emphasized in the Bible, that they were the ones that told the people to keep it, even though all of them did, but like Moses and like Jesus compared to them, who else in the Bible was basically telling everybody keep the law, statutes, and commandments?
Okay, say a question from the beginning with the breath of life. I'm not getting that. I'm not understanding that part.
To my understanding, the breath of life was God giving law, statutes, and commandments to Adam.
Okay.
And then the laws came to Israel again with Moses coming down from the mountain. They got the laws again.
Okay, when you say they got the laws again, are you saying that there was a time when they did not have the law, or they lost the law?
Not lost it, but did not follow.
Okay, Israel never followed the law. You know what I mean? We just the most stubborn children that any parent could have. That's Israel was just with the rebellious kid. You understand who finished up this here? No, sir. That's what we're going to fall on, bro. So we have always been a rebellious house. Always been a disobedient house. Always. So there was no time we did not have the law. The law was always there. The law with us started like any father who has a household. He would have rules in his house, right? What time you could come in, what you could eat, what you could wear, right? How long you could take a bath. Just think about having a household, right? And you ruling your household, you're the father, you're the husband, and you're ruling over your wife or wives and children. You have rules for everybody. Everybody has a certain amount of rules to follow that is beyond the rules of society. This is the rules in this house. I don't care what your friends do. You do what I want you to do. This is my house. As long as you what? Under, you're going to do. When you get old enough, you can. That was it in the beginning. That's the Garden of Eden. It's the Lord's house. It's under his roof. Adam and Eve had to follow his laws. They disobeyed, that'll get out. Just like if today you had children. They disobey you, leave. You get the point? So there was no time we was without the law. We always had the law. How do you know we had the law with Adam and Eve? I'm come to you. Go ahead, Pagaiboa.
Because when God sought out to them, they hid. At first, they didn't know that they were naked, and then they discovered, realized shame.
So how does that prove that they had the law? Is it a law to be naked? Is it a sin to be naked? So Adam and Eve didn't have no clothes on. So you just cut yourself. You just confuse yourself. All right. Go ahead, Shapar.
The proof will be
No sweat from across the pond. Yeah, I mean, you're the first one to decide with it, but go ahead. No sweat. Go ahead.
The proof will be that Cain and Abel knew they knew what they were supposed to be sacrificing. That's how Abel knew what he was supposed to sacrifice, and he got it right, whereas Cain got it wrong.
That's what your proof would be, Pagaiboa. Right? Cain was jealous of Abel because fix your headpiece up. The piece in the back is on top. Just put your hand on top of your head. Yeah. No sweat. Cain killed Abel. Why?
Cain killed Abel because his offering wasn't.
Because do me a favor, you could kill this now for me. Just two times the one on the outside. All right. Go ahead.
Because the Lord didn't accept his offering. He knew that his offering wasn't worthy, and Abel's was. He's jealous.
Oh, that's too hard. Okay, why was he jealous?
Because Abel had the.
Hold on, you might have to go one more. No. Hold up.
I still hear it, sir.
You still hear it?
Okay.
All right, one more then. Take your time. Yeah, most sign Christ. To water. Go ahead, Pagaiboa.
Yeah, Cain was jealous because Abel's offering was the one that was received, the one that God ordered him to offer, and Cain did not follow orders.
Okay, you on it. You want to break it down a little bit more specific than that. What's up, Al? What's you need?
I was saying about the grab of water, right?
Oh no, so you could have grabbed it, all right? Where's the water?
I gotta get a pack from downstairs.
There's no more down there?
That pack right here.
No, sir. Shapad, you mind grabbing one from down there? So what? Okay, yeah, go ahead and put that on.
So you was telling me how to break it down a little more simpler?
Yeah, I'm not simpler. You gotta be more specific, right? You gotta be more specific. Why did Cain kill Abel? What was his reason? Yes, he was jealous of Abel. And why was he jealous? Because Abel sacrificed what?
Abel sacrificed meat.
Okay, I'll take that. Meat from where? Human meat?
Oh, it was a sheep. Right?
It was animal. It was an animal meat, right? It was animal sacrifice. And what did Cain sacrifice?
Vegetables. I can't remember.
Okay, no sweat. Okay, well, you probably had to find it if you can't remember. Anybody else want to take a shot? I'm saying Cain sacrificed meat, like the brother said. No, I'm too wild. I got one. And Abel, what did Abel sacrifice? Go ahead, Bukwa.
He just threw some stuff together. He really didn't give the Most High what he.
Okay, no, don't go that far. I want him to get that. I don't want you to get. I want him to get that part. Just give me it step by step. Cain sacrificed what? Vegetables. Abel sacrificed meat. Okay, so describe. Bring me home. What would we see Abel doing with the animal?
Abel would be preparing the animal. Would have killed the animal humanely, for lack of terms, bled it, skinned it.
He would have killed the animal. Straight to the point, specific. What would Cain be doing? Anybody? Go ahead.
You say Cain or
what would Cain be doing? If you had to describe Cain's sacrifice, what would he be doing?
Oh, Cain was he was short in the Lord, like he was being.
Okay, I'm not asking you to explain that. I'm asking you. He just described what we would see Abel doing. You would see Abel taking an animal and killing it. What would you see Cain doing?
Picking vegetables and bringing them to him.
Picking some vegetables and bringing it. Let's put it there. Which one means more? Which one has more value?
The meat sacrifice.
The meat would have more value, which means you're what? If you're giving up, if you weigh the meat against the vegetables, which one has more value?
The meat, you're sacrificing more.
You're sacrificing more.
Right.
What did Cain sacrifice?
Minuscule.
Less. You can't kill vegetables. You can't take a vegetable's life, and a vegetable is not worth as much as lamb. Till this day, you go to the supermarket. Meat is more expensive than vegetables, unless you go into some organic bullshit. Right? But typically meat is more. Somebody would give away their lettuce versus they're giving away their steak to you. You get the point? If you had to break a plate with somebody, if you ask them for carrots, yeah, go ahead. Let me get a piece of that steak. No. Because it's more valuable to you. The Lord wants what's valuable to you as the sacrifice. And now give me that part with Cain. Why did Cain bring vegetables? If the Lord wants what's valuable to you, why did Cain bring vegetables?
Cain was selfish. He didn't want to give up his best.
Cain did not want to give up what was valuable to him. You understand? So he brought what he thought he could lose. This is not about what serving the Lord is not about what you think you can lose. It's not about, you go to the casino or something. Anybody gambling here? Who gambles? I got two hands up. I gamble all the goddamn time. I gamble on the truth. I saw some crazy niggas on the corner. I was like, I want to be just like y'all. And I didn't know where the dice would land, but they landed. Right? You go to the casino with what?
Money that you want to lose.
A budget.
Right.
A budget. So that way you don't feel like you lost.
Right.
If MGM take all your money, nigga, I was going to lose that money anyway. Either you was going to get or the bar was going to get. Or, some shoes was going to get or something. I was going to lose the money anyway. You ain't take nothing from me. But it's different from when you're giving up something you don't want to give up or something you don't have to give up. Now you have to do what? Make a sacrifice. You get the point? Now you have to grit. You have to reluctantly dip and do it. That's what the Lord wants from you. The Lord wants to see your reluctance and you giving it to him anyway. Right. Because that's the type of father he is. Right. Go ahead.
So like, if I could, when you're saying that, I hear Christians, because I hear Christians say the Lord love, the Most High wants a cheerful giver. So what? Okay,
where's the scripture for that though?
You're right.
All right, that's it. Enough. All right, everybody understand. That's just. I hear Christians say a lot of shit, but where is it in the Bible? I hear Christians say, "For better or worse, till death do us part." Say, "I do." Yeah, all well and good. Throw the rice and flowers and shit, but where is that in the Bible? That's not even in the Bible. Nothing Christians say is in the Bible. Before you try to explain or understand a Christian, make them show it to you in the Bible first, or else there's no reason me explaining your foolishness because it's not even God's word. I don't have time to philosophize what's in your head. I'm trained to teach what's in this book, in this records. You get the point? It's just like today, if somebody was trying to justify you having the right to bear arms, and this is somebody who is anti 2A, which is what the Second Amendment, and pro 2A, right? And give me an anti 2A argument. Somebody who is against the right for you to have a weapon to protect yourself. Give me what somebody would argue and say.
Little white kids in the schools shooting them up.
That's not the argument they use, though.
If you didn't have a weapon on your person, you would be a killer.
That's not the argument they use. Why do you need so much guns? You don't need weapons. Weapons is the reason the murder rate is so high. Like people is not stabbing each other. Right. Like people is not driving bombs. And them 9/11 hijackers didn't have not one gun. Right. And they killed 3,000 people. Right. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Right. But according to the Constitution, what does the Constitution say about you having a firearm?
You have a right to bear arms.
You have, in a nutshell, it's a little bit longer than that. But every free man has the right to protect himself against this, that, the other, tyranny, blah, 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 blah. Now, people who are for I'm just using this as an example. You got to check the laws in your state, of course. But people who are for the Second Amendment do not argue with anti-Second Amendment people. Why? Because their argument is not based on the Constitution. Their argument is largely based on emotions and their fear of guns or their inability to have it. Just like people who are against you consuming meat. Right. Vegan people, their argument is what? The animal, the animal is scared when you kill it, and the blood, right. it takes the fear and it poisons you and blah, blah, blah. But nigga, what are you talking? Where is that written? Science tells me if I eat this meat, I'm going to get this gains here. And it's not bad. You get the point? The argument is based on emotion. A Christian comes with an argument based on their emotional state at that time. How they feel, and then they say something. Take it back to what's written. And if it's not written, then what are we talking about?
If I may, that was an excellent analogy.
Oh, most high in Christ. Listen, I ain't been here for about 2 weeks. I'm going to enjoy this one here before the Passover. Get the Passover. We're going to be going down to Florida. I don't know about you, but I'll be there. I'll be down there. I don't know how anything else going to go, but I'm going to get there. You get the point? So, you was going to say something? All right. So that's what the Lord wants. The Lord wants sacrifice. Because anybody who pulled that one for you, cheerful giver, give me Psalms. This is what you want for them. Psalms 51 and 17.
This is Psalms chapter 51, verse 17. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart. O God, thou wilt not despise.
Read one more time.
The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart.
Mm-hmm.
O God,
the sacrifices of the Lord are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. Who could break it down? Based on the brother's question. Which is really, the whole, purpose of the sacrifice. Who can break it down? Come on.
So what he's saying, scripture saying is the sacrifice, he wants the people that will give everything of themselves to the Most High.
No. Yes, but he ain't giving it to them all the way.
No. Like you said, the Lord wants from you what's valuable, what's going to make you now be contrite.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, it broke my heart to give away my first lamb. Like, damn, I needed this money.
I needed this. Exactly. So that's different from he wants it all. It's right. Okay, in context, meaning somebody could hear you say, okay, the Lord wants you all. So like you was gonna say something, Shepard? Basically the same thing.
What he was saying is not talking about contrite, contrite heart. Like my word would have been also like the broken down heart. Like a lot of times people give that sacrifice to the Lord, get themselves to the Lord when they're at their lowest. You know what I mean? They all the way broken down, but the sacrifice is completely genuine because they don't have anything else to give.
That's where he wants it. But normally when people do give a sacrifice, how are they? Proud.
Right.
Sitting down in front of the church because they're in $400 seats with a big old stuck-up tie and the 10-gallon hat. And they think they, better than everybody else because they dropped $2,000 for Creflo. You get the point? But when they're on the last, Creflo don't see them.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead, Bukwaj.
Just, if I could, the definition of contrite
Mm-hmm.
is feeling or showing sorrow and remorse for a sin or shortcoming.
Right? He wants you broken, which is why he required what from Abraham? His first son.
Right.
After he told him what? Get rid of the other one. Remember, his firstborn physically was who? Ishmael. And the scripture says Abraham loved Ishmael. And it grieved him to give up Ishmael. And the Lord said, don't worry about Ishmael. I'm going to be with him. But Isaac is who I'll choose. No problem. I got two. I could give up one. Right? You think you did something. No, not get rid of this one. Go kill him. What's that going to do to you? You're going to be quiet for a minute. Your boy coming in the room. Hey, what's going on, Pops? You all right? I don't think Ishmael was Isaac was a boy. Isaac was grown at the time. It wasn't like he take your 4-year-old. It wasn't like that. He was a little bit grown. And you watching this boy and you know, I'm going to kill you. You understand? That's where he wants you. And he wants to see if you're going to give it up at that point. And then give it and not look at him like he evil. If you want a cheerful giver, the Christians want to be a cheerful giver, right? Do that and still be happy about it and still be, you know, that's the Lord wants you there, which is why Israel is in the state we're in, because we're hard-headed and proud and stiff-necked. So we got to get our ass beat. You know, you have a proud son or daughter, brother. At some point in time, the words ain't doing it no more. All that yelling ain't doing it no more. They're looking at you and rolling their eyes on the little TikTok and the whatever, and you got to fall on them, and it's gonna hurt you to fall on them. You're gonna have to fall on them, and that's why we're in slavery today. That's why we have oppressors over us. That's why Ukraine could get help and we can't. Ukraine get $13 billion from America in about 2 weeks. How long we've been marching? 50 years? Because the Lord wants us to be broken and contrite and still give up tithes to the UPK and still obey his Sabbath service and be hated by everybody else and still do what he wants. That's what he considers a good son or daughter, just like you. Because you'll send your son or daughter to school and they'll come home and be like, Daddy, Mommy, so-and-so got these shoes. So-and-so going to this party. Why do I have to go to sleep at 9? So-and-so gets to stay up late. And what do you say? Or Pagai, boy, your question. What do you say?
They're not my kids.
I ain't so-and-so. And you better get your so-and-so in that so-and-so bed before so-and-so, your black so-and-so up and down this so-and-so house. You get the point? And that's what it is. And they get what? They get broken. Can I go to this party over here and stay out late? No, I don't want you hanging out with them. But everybody's gonna be there. No, you ain't going. And then eventually they'll get it. And when you say no to them, it's not going to be a problem. You get the point? That's where the Lord wanted us. Abel was able to do that and still love the Lord. Cain despised the Lord. That's why he brought vegetables for all you vegans. Salak. That's not UPK. That's SHALAM. That's not UPK. But my point is, if you're teaching it like I'm evil for not eating meat, then you're a bastard. You want to eat your vegetables, beef, just do it in peace. Don't say not a goddamn thing to me. I don't say nothing to you. I'll wave the steak in front of your face and be like, you missing out, or you weak. You do you. Both of us are lawful. But Cain did not respect the Lord. He did not want to be broken by, going to buy. Flick that light right there, Pagaiboa. But he didn't want to be broken by going to buy that meat and not eating it, but killing it and giving it up for the Lord, burning it. Now, when he's done, I'm going to finish. So he would have had to go get that meat, kill it, and give it up. Not partake of it, not enjoy it. Just like Abel did. But Cain was able to, Cain brought this sacrifice, expected the Lord to accept it, and was mad because the Lord accepted Abel's sacrifice. You get the point? No, Pagaibo. Oh, you have some more? No sweat. Give me the scripture where it says, if thou doest well, thou will be accepted. Whoever have it, go on.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 6. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well.
Right? Why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? What does that mean for Cain? Come on.
It's saying why the Lord's asking Cain, why is he angry and why is he, open around? Why is he upset?
Why are you angry and why your countenance is fallen? Why you look so sad? Why are you long face? Right? Why the long face? Why are you upset?
Right.
The Lord is asking Cain this because he's looking at him and he's seeing something wrong with this boy.
Right.
You get the point? Read on.
Verse 7. If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted?
See, you what you mad about? What you sad about? If you did like I asked, you everything would be well with you. Translate that into today with somebody with kids.
If you did what I told you to do, or if you do what I tell you to do, then you wouldn't be.
You would have gotten what you wanted.
Yeah.
Because he mad because he's not getting favor.
Right.
For your child today, they want PlayStation or Nintendo, Roblox. I have an art with that damn Roblox. Listen, the kingdom ain't got no goddamn internet. That Roblox and what's the other thing they play? Minecraft. God damn it, man. Who they invented that shit? Excuse me, now. Sorry, dude. That is demonic, boy. I thought that thing was so clever at first. And then I was like, who the hell is talking on that screen over there? No. No. Go and learn to plant.
Right. Exactly.
Go and learn to grow some goddamn oranges or something. They're playing with these damn blocks and then some old adult talking to you on the damn screen. I'm thinking is the Nintendo talking, is Putin. You get the point? So is the same thing. The Lord wanted that sacrifice. He wanted obedience, just like you would want from your children. To understand that whole concept, just think about you and your children or your nieces and nephews if you don't have no children. It's the same. It's exactly the same thing, right? Cain didn't bring what the Lord wanted, and he wanted to still get what Abel got, which was the Lord's favor, and he couldn't get it. All right. Where we at?
Will you keep reading, sir?
Read over what you have. Salaki.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 7. If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door.
Right. And if you do it not well, sin lieth at the door. And because Cain did not obey the Lord and do what he wanted, sin lieth at the door, and he killed Abel. You get the point? Now, to your question, we always had the law because Abel obeyed the law of sacrifice. Till this day, there's no law telling you to sacrifice vegetables. There's no sacrificial law. It says, bring 2 carrots, bring a head of cabbage. The sacrificial law is always kill the first bullock without blemish, burn it till there's no more, kill this 2 turtle doves, the first of, something of thy cattle, sacrifice it upon the altar to the Lord, kill it that it die, burn it. There's no law of vegetables. We always had the law. Cain was taught the law and rejected it. Abel was taught the law and he accepted it. Adam had the law. How you know? The Lord gave Adam it on the 7th day, right? He gave him the truth. Adam passed it to Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel. Then they made who? Seth. Taught it to Seth, and from Seth lineage all the way down to Noah, they had the law, right? How you know Noah had the law? Hold on, just from his question.
Because after he built the ark and he gained all the animals, he gained 7 of all clean animals and 2 of unclean animals.
All right, so and that would be how are you breaking that? Has he had the law?
Because that's the dietary law. The animals that you can eat and cannot eat.
Knowledge of what's clean and unclean. That's how you would know. Noah knew the laws of God, knew the laws that Moses had, because he knew what was clean and what was unclean. This was before Moses. The laws of God always existed. It's just it started off with a very small family, Adam and Eve. It wasn't just like America's Constitution. I'm not going to say it always existed, but it existed long before the United States of America. How do you know that?
Because that's what they use for the basis of the Constitution, like to start off with. They started off with it,
but that's when they signed it in what, 1776? 1860, what it was? 1776? That's the Declaration of Independence. 1789, right? That's when they signed it then. How do you know what was on that paper existed before the United States of America as a country?
Because they had to think about it first.
They had to think about it first. And somebody left England years before and said, we're going to form our own country. And this is how it's going to be. And they went to war with the 13 colonies for it. And as soon as they got everybody together, what was in here came on paper. And everybody signed off on it. The Lord's law started with Adam. It was given to Adam. There was people on the earth already, just like there was people in America already when they came. Adam had dominion over everything. The Lord gave, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. They came here. The Lord gave them dominion. Adam passed it on to his son Seth, who passed it all the way down till Noah. Noah passed it on to his 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Shem passed it down to Abraham. Abraham passed it down to Isaac. Isaac passed it down to Jacob. Jacob passed it to his 12 sons and his daughter. Out of those, all those sons passed it to their sons. And that family grew and grew until it became a tribe. And them tribes grew and grew until it became a nation. And Moses said, well, goddamn, we growing. Constitution signed. Get the point? That's how it was. But this shit was, our family custom has been in existence before. Right? Don't think just because it's on paper today, that's when it started. That's not when it started. You get the point? It's on paper today because we can't go tell 6 million people. But I could send it out as a paper. This is our constitution. This is it here. But I could tell 20 of y'all because I had sex with your mothers and I made y'all. I could tell you all that. You get the point? It's family rules the Lord gave to Adam that went through his family line. Some obeyed the rules, some rejected them. And then Jacob made 12 sons or 11 or however you want to count it. And the rules was passed down and enforced. And then they put into law, put into enacted, or however you want to understand how laws are made. It was written. You get the point? The laws was always there. Give me one. Come on.
It's like if I may, sir, even to show that we had the law before Moses, when it was actually written down, Isaac and Rebekah, they told Jacob and Esau that they don't want them to get a woman that's not of their people, and that's why they sent Jacob. Jacob went to go meet Laban because he had to go get a
of his people. Exactly. That's another example you could use. They sent who is Jacob? They sent Jacob to Laban to get his first cousin because Laban was Rebekah's brother. I think he was her brother. Come on. No sweat. Come on with it.
When Joseph, when Joseph's master's wife tried to seduce him, he knew he couldn't commit adultery and sleep with another man's wife.
Say it again. Joseph Masters.
Joseph.
When he was in Egypt.
When he was in Egypt, his master's wife tried to seduce him, and he knew he couldn't sleep with another man's wife.
He knew he couldn't sleep with another man's wife. We always had that law, but the heathens, you know, they don't ascribe to our laws the way we do. But that's those customs we have. Those are really our family customs, how we operate. And that's what made us great. So we always had the law. Just some of our family disobeyed. And even till today, some of us keep the law. A lot of our people don't. Israel is a child you love that just disobeys you. But you love this child. You get the point? That's who we are to the Lord. You get the point? It's a love-hate relationship. It's difficult. It's complicated. That's about the only it's complicated that I'll accept. All that Facebook is complicated. There's whoring going on. But that thing there is the Lord loves us, but we want to be like the Chinese. We want to be like the East Indians. We want to be like the white man. We want to be like everybody else because we think they better than us. We don't understand that we're better than them. Right? You understand? All right, cool. Answered? No sweat. Any more questions? You're good? Oh, you all know the Bible, huh? All right, tell me the Spirit of Passover. What's the whole idea behind Passover? Break it down, y'all. Y'all know. Come on, P.K boy.
The Spirit of Passover is to thank the Most High and remember that He saved us compared to the Egyptians. He passed over taking our children, took the firstborn of the Egyptians, spared us from the hellish condition that we were in previously.
Okay, anybody else? Mathia?
It's a remembrance of us, bringing us out of when we called upon Him when we was in slavery in Egypt, and Him killing the firstborn of the Egyptians and showing His power, that He's our power, and He'll do what is necessary if we just follow His rules.
Okay. Anybody else?
In a nutshell, celebrating the Lord killing our enemies for our sake.
I like that answer. I like that answer. Give him a hand. Bro. That's my type of answer right there. I take a drink for that. I like that one. Your others wasn't wrong either. You got the hand up too? Come on with it.
I was going to say, sir, brotherhood as well, sir.
Break it down.
I was going to use a precept where it says, whatever happens, you understand, it's going to happen to us all together. While we were given the command, the order to put the blood on the post and everything. And so brotherhood, because we all had to leave Egypt. And so it's like a lot of people think that, the Lord judges individuals, and that's not the case. And the Passover is a perfect example of that.
Okay. I'll take that. Come on.
Sloppy. And it's also a remembrance showing us that we're not no damn Hamites.
I'll take that too. We ain't Africans. All right. Y'all have something to say? Come on. She has something to say? No. Go ahead. Oh, that's the boy. That's a lucky. I ain't seen with the hoodie on. I'm so used to the girl come. I should have known. The girl would have been talking by now. Should have been running her mouth. Okay, I'll take that. All right. Based on what you were saying, P.K, it's not so much he was our hellish condition, but then somebody could say what? We got out of Egypt and then asked to go back. Didn't we? Right? We missed Egypt's flesh pots, all the meat they was cooking, and all that good onions and leeks. That's what we said. He told Moses, you brought us out here to die. Let us go back to Egypt and live nice how we was living. All right, give me Exodus 11 and 7.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 11, verse 7.
Go ahead.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. Against man.
Hold on, I might need it to skip up a little bit higher. Give me 6.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 11, verse 6. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it anymore.
Okay.
Verse 7. But against any of
Now, start at 4. Salakia.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 11, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And Moses said, Thus saith the Lord, about midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beasts.
All right. So now Moses is telling, the Lord is telling, hold on. Moses is saying, the Lord said tonight at midnight, I'm going to be passing through and I'm going to be killing the firstborn of everybody. Right? Everything moving. Keep going.
Come. Verse 6. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it.
Right? There's going to be a great cry throughout Egypt, such that there was none like it. Remember, Egypt was the what? Number one power on the earth at the time. Similar to America. America today is the number one power in the earth. You know, regardless of what you say, Chinese got 1 billion people. Ain't nobody stepping to America. Ain't nobody doing nothing. They're just talking. Russia, whoever. No, but who will make war with the beast? That's in Revelation. Who can make war with the beast? America is the beast. The Lord said there's going to be a cry coming out of Egypt. That was one that was like never heard before. And you ain't going to hear a cry like that ever again. Right? Because of all the death that's going to be coming through. Right? Go ahead.
Oh God. Nor shall be like it anymore. Verse 7.
Right? Nor shall be like it anymore. Just went through that. Go ahead.
Oh God. Verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth. That ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Right? What we just read there, that's the spirit of the Passover. Right? Give me somebody find where he said, for I have severed you from among the nations. Right? Find that for me. For I have severed you from among the nations. And somebody also look up the word sever. All right, real quick. For I have severed you from among the nations. And give me the definition of the word sever. Who has it? Go ahead, whoever. Go ahead quickly.
7. Divide by cutting or slicing.
Right. Go ahead.
Especially suddenly and forcibly.
Right. No, give me scripture, Salakia.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I am the Lord. For I, the Lord, am holy.
Right? You shall be holy unto me. This is the Lord talking to Israel. He's saying, you shall be holy unto me. Holy means what? To be separate. To be set apart. Right? To be separate. Meaning you are separated unto me because I am separate. I'm not like these other people here. Just like what? In your house. Your father or your mother would be like, I don't care what so-and-so doing. I ain't them. You gonna obey my rules. We don't do that around here. Don't bring that nonsense you learn in school all day up in here. I'm different. That's what holy means, to be separate or set apart. Right? Read this again.
Oh God. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy.
And ye shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy. Go ahead.
And have severed you from other people.
Right? And have severed you from other people. Right? The Lord said, you're going to be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy, and have severed you from other people. Now, give me the definition of sever, please.
Okay. 7. Divide by cutting or slicing, especially suddenly or forcibly.
Right? Does have the word violently in there?
Nah, it says
Which dictionary is that
suddenly
you
or
reading?
forcibly.
Which dictionary is that?
Just the
No
Oxford
sweat.
language.
No sweat. Hold on. Read it one more time.
Come. Divide by cutting or slicing, especially suddenly and forcibly.
Right? Suddenly and forcibly. Right? That is what it means to sever something. Right. To sever something is to divide something or cut it or set it apart suddenly and forcibly. That's a violent type of action. Sudden and with force. Sudden and force to cut out, to separate. That's the spirit of Passover. Right. It's a father coming to kill everybody for his children. Right. And you better be in that spirit and not ever have sympathy for our oppressor. That's right. And not ever want them to, mercy for them and this, that, the other. She for sure shouldn't take up no arms against them because you can't kill as good as the Lord would. Right. You know what I mean? Israel like a little glory too. If I'm going to do something, I won't get the glory for it, but I can't kill like how he would. Right. He is going to make them cry and howl like they've never cried before, and they ain't going to cry like this again. Right. Get the point? Come on.
Salaki, if I may, that's heavy that we just read that because I never heard America cry like they did over this past COVID. And I know that's on a small scale of what it did in Egypt, but just a kind of a small translation.
Listen, you saw right, dog. We ain't never seen them behave like that, but they ain't broken yet. They was okay. This is how you know they're not broken. Let me tell you who was broken. Was it the Italian president? The one that says he said, we're fighting an invisible enemy. We've thrown everything at it. God help us now. He said that. That nigga was broken. That nigga was contrite. He was ready to kiss boots that day. He was like, oh, if I kiss these boots, I ain't gonna get no COVID. Bring them boots along. You should have had a camp in Italy, in Rome that day for that fool. But these fools here wanted to fight the COVID. Like our oppressor, his spirit is he is even, they tell you that in the Apocrypha, because actually you find out for me where they say he's a worthy adversary or he'll fight back. It really he's not going to take shit lying down, which is why every cause against cancer, what do they say? We're going to fight cancer. Nigga, you can't fight cancer. You can't box cancer. Cancer don't train in them. Cancer don't have an agent. Cancer ain't in UFC. Who the hell we fighting if you're gonna fight cancer? Go ahead.
It's true because even with 9/11, like the recruiting went through the roof because they wanted to fight. But with COVID, even though it's just like the generals will say, this is just a jab from the Most High. They were trying to fight, but what are you gonna fight?
Hey, with COVID, they would listen. Before COVID, you walk in there with a mask, they slam you to the ground. You as a black man or woman, you walk in the store with a mask, the security slam you to the ground, they're gonna call the cops. After COVID, you walk in with no mask, they slam you to the ground. You get the point? Like it get them in a certain amount of frenzy where they're still active, but they wasn't broken. They wasn't crying. Remember, the next day, find me the next day, whoever, Bakwash, find me the next day after the Lord killed their firstborn, what the Egyptians got up and did. The very next morning, after the Lord passed through Egypt, the very next morning, what did they get up and do? That's what I want. Kazak, you find what I want yet? I think he said worthy adversary. Is worthy? I might be phrasing it wrong, but it's a scripture saying he's going to try to fight the Lord. He's not just going to see the Lord's power and, hand it over because it's the Most High. This devil here that we're under, he's not going to hand it over. And why the hell should he? See how he fight for his country? Who was George Washington on the Delaware Bridge? He's the one who burned the bridge, right? Is it George Washington? He led them men over that Delaware Bridge, burned the bridge so the men couldn't go back home, and then made them eat their horses. Right? Like, you think they're going through all of that to just give the country up because you marching? No. It's going to take something else. It's going to take a sever. It's going to take a sudden, violent, forceful cut for him to turn this thing over. That's what's going to win the fight. It's like a boxing match where you know the one who getting beaten up, he could swing. And if he get that one blow, the fight is over. That's what it is. That one blow, that bam, the fight is done. Now he's out. Who found it yet? Let me help you all out. Give me Exodus 12. 30. Let me see. Read 31. Let me hear it.
This is Exodus chapter 12 and verse 31. In verse
start at 29.
Exodus 12 and 29. And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the first.
Start 28.
Verse 28. And the children of Israel went away and did as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron. So did they.
Right? That's important because the Lord didn't talk to Israel. The Lord talked to Moses. Moses spoke to Aaron. Aaron spoke to the people, and they went and obeyed what the Lord said. That's what's important. They went away and did what the Lord said to do. Read on.
Verse 29. And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle.
Right.
And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead.
You understand? Pharaoh rose up in the night, and there was a cry. There was a cry because there was no house where there was not one that was dead. Every house there was crying. Somebody go and check on the little newborn baby. Nigga, cold in that crib, boy. Cold in that crib. That all them little cameras they put up and the little that shit ain't warn you that night. Cold. Somebody driving home. The car just went out, run off the road. Nobody know why. It wasn't a head-on collision. The car just went straight into the ditch. Cause that nigga driving behind there, he's a firstborn and he dead. Some woman walking down the escalator, running to catch the train, reach the button, boom, doors closing. Bap, face dive into the metro floor because she's a firstborn. Dead. Dead. Everybody dead. And because of it, there was so much crying. Imagine 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, you hearing your neighbor screaming. You turn on the lights, like, what the hell going on? You walk outside, then the other neighbor screaming. Everybody screaming. They call the police. The police rush into the scene because somebody done call 911 because why? This person dead. I don't know what happened. He died. The cop car show up, crash into the tree because the cop is a firstborn. Fireman comes sliding down the pole. They're waiting on him to go drive the engine. He dead because he's a firstborn. Everybody dead. The newscaster just in. Mystery virus dead. And there's a cry all throughout the land, brother. Mothers crying, daughters crying, sons crying, everybody crying, the dogs howling out. Go ahead.
Like when you just described that, it just brought me to what Hollywood tried to portray with Marvel Thanos doing the snap and just killed half the universe. And it was just dead. It was talking to him, and then they just
disappear though. They try to clean that shit up. That cold dead body gonna be there for everybody to scream at. You understand? For everybody, that's the evidence. You get the point? If the Thanos, he ain't do the shit right. If you ask me, he ain't do the shit right. You need to leave that body there so they know who did it. who did this? Who killed this person? Who did this? Keep reading. We're going to see who they thought did it or who they knew did it.
Verse 31. And he called for Moses and Aaron.
Why he called for Moses and Aaron? Why he called for Moses and Aaron?
Because he knew that he would be able to get.
Because everybody hates Chris Ark. That's why. Everybody hates Chris. Chris ain't had sex with his man wife. Why you slap him?
Right.
Niggas Ark. That's the problem. When the economy crashed in 2008 and 9 after Bernie Madoff and the Lehman Brothers took all the money from the stock market, who did America blame? You all might remember.
The people who
which people?
Black people, black Hispanics who took these loans, these home loans that was that they couldn't pay.
Exactly. They had this Ponzi scheme where they was offering they said the housing market was good, it was buying. They gave black people these high interest loans, but they was approving everybody's housing loans, knowing the interest would kill black people, meaning after a couple of years, black people with the income they pay us, they know that we wouldn't be able to afford to keep up with the mortgage and we would default on the loan, but they wanted to get a whole cash grab so that those companies would get the money, but the economy would crash. They turned around and say it was our fault. We wasn't paying the loans. Later on, they did the investigation, come to find out the loans was designed to bankrupt black families. It was designed for that. It wasn't our fault. They said because we wasn't paying our loans, all these banks was tied into these loans, and so much black people all over the world, all over America was taking these, I forget the name of the loan they call them, but it was a loan where you qualify and you get any money. You get any money straight up and down, but the interest was so goddamn high. There was no way you could, survive through the length of the mortgage. And so many homes under the foreclosure and the defaulting on the loans, they blamed us for the economy falling, not them devils who took it. Right. You get the point? They blamed us for it. They blame, who does America blame for white kids getting high on drugs and not finishing school, and now there's no teachers, there's no lawyers, there's no scientists?
So-called black rap artists.
No, they say, well, that too. But they say all these immigrants, the Mexicans is taking all our jobs. Deport the Mexicans, but there's other immigrants in here who wrecking the country, right? While they was deporting I.S.U.P.K, the number one immigrant in America was the Asian. Chinese people who selling you fried rice and chicken wings, they don't have no green card. They're illegal behind there. Why do you think they're always there? You go in there 3 o'clock in the morning, they're coming up because they're sleeping in the kitchen. They're sleeping in the kitchen. I could listen. I tell you a personal story, boy. I remember years ago. This had to be like 2007, 8. Chinese restaurant not too far from here. I don't even think they're selling. Anyway, you're going in there to buy food. Little boy is writing down the order, but he playing. He's a little boy. He probably like 6. A little girl. I think it was a little girl, like 6 years old. I ain't too sure what you think of. Whatever. Yeah, he's a Chinese. I can't tell the difference. All right. So like, eyes was like small, right? Writing down the order, but they're playing all over the store. And then they went in there years later, got to be like 10, 20, 12 or 13, and they're doing homework, preparing for the SATs, and going back there and taking my order. That was the last time I bought food. I was like, I'm sending this food to school. And they talking to me any old how, and nah. But nobody is trying to deport them though. But I.S.U.P.K in a cage on the border. You get the point? Them fools who blew up the Boston Marathon, they was from what country? One of them Russian countries. One of them stands, Kyrgyzstan or Chechnya. Was it Chechnya? No, it was one of them stands. Uzbekistan or Kyrgyzstan, or it could be Chechnya. I ain't too sure. But there was immigrants too, and they made a bomb out of a Target, a pressure cooker you could buy in Target, and blew up the Boston Marathon. Come on, Kyrgyzstan. I know it's one of them old Stan countries.
Right.
And nobody ain't say let's have a ban on these Kyrgyzstan people from coming in. COVID-19 made in Wuhan, China. There was no stop on Chinese people coming in. But they, and who are they? Who did they later on blame the spread of COVID on? Black and Hispanic people. It's our fault now. When that shit was made in China, now it's our fault. Pharaoh got up, heard the cries, saw the death of everybody, and called who?
And he called Moses. He called for Moses and Aaron by night.
Go bring them two niggas. Yeah, them two niggas who come in here talking about let my people go. Go get them. Bring them here. Yeah, bring them straight in this damn temple. Go ahead.
And say, rise up and get you forth from among my people.
Why are you kicking us out, Pharaoh? We didn't kill nobody.
Right.
Let me tell you, if Ukraine could find a way, they would blame that whole invasion on Negroes. Putin would do it too. Everybody hates us, Zach. Everybody hates us. Everybody everywhere hates us as a people. And Pharaoh, with enough, he said he sent for them by night. He said, go and bring them niggas here. And read what he said again.
And said, rise up and get you forth from among my people.
You see, listen, man. Y'all, I don't know where y'all gotta go, but y'all had to get the hell out of Egypt. Go ahead.
Both ye and the children of Israel.
You and the children of Israel. Get the point? Remember, Moses was what? At one time in Egypt? Viceroy, which is like vice president. He was all the way to the top. And he said, listen, man, you had to go and the rest of them niggas. You had to get out.
Sloppy. All he was asking for real, why it happened was a little time to worship our God.
That's what Moses went to him for first. 3 days. And Pharaoh said, man, y'all too idle, man. Y'all too idle. No. Request denied. Which is what most people are suffering today. You're going to asking your slave master, your boss, your supervisor for some time off to go down to Florida. He's looking at you like, why? Because I'm going to celebrate Passover. But you're a Jew now? And look at you and laugh. Leave anyway. Because America falling. What are you going to do? Fire? He about to not have a job himself too. Leave any goddamn way, man. Serve the Lord for once in your life with vigor, with strength, with some kind of courage, man. Pack everything up, pack what you need, and roll down to Florida. If the job there when you come back, well, all right, no sweat. If the job ain't there, ain't no sweat. What's the problem? What the hell is the problem? Listen, y'all don't try to save them that job when it's Beyonce tickets. y'all don't try to save that job when it's 3-6 Mafia concert. You know what I mean? Y'all do whatever. And then call in, I'm sick. Do whatever you have to do and get your ass to Florida so the Lord could kill everybody, man. Goddamn. And shit. I need Roblox gone. Goddamn, do it for me. I'm losing my mind over this shit. I'm trying to understand this shit. I ain't trying to take it away from these knuckleheads, but goddamn it, dog. I'm just not about to plant corn on the front there just now. Put the computer outside. Yeah, go play Roblox there. Go ahead, Ak.
Both ye and the children of Israel, and go. Serve the Lord as ye have said.
Right? Both ye and the children of Israel. Y'all go, get out, and go serve the Lord like you wanted to. Pharaoh knew. He knew this is why. Because he played with Moses' God. Right? Any more?
That's it, sir.
Hold on, what verse you at?
That was the end of verse 31.
You want to thrust on us the goals.
Hold on. Man, keep reading, man.
Verse 32. Also take
your... Shapat, go ahead.
You wanted what happened the very next day with the Egypt dude?
No, that's it. That's it right there. That's what we're reading. Go ahead.
Verse 32. Also take your flocks and your herds, as he has said, and be gone. And
he didn't say just y'all get out, but take your animals, take your flocks. I don't want your cars. Take your cars. Take that rap music. Take them old, Cadillacs and them old. What was the bubble Chevy? The bubble Chevy y'all like to drive. and the Caprice and the Crown Vic y'all like to drive. Y'all take all that shit and leave. All that nigga shit y'all like. Them Hispanics with the small tires. Y'all get that shit out of here. Y'all get out. Take all of that and leave. Take all them pit bulls. Take all that shit y'all like and leave. All the what's the drinks they like? Tecate and the Corona. Take everything and go. Keep going. Say again. The beach cruiser, all the Hellcat, the Hell Dog, the Hellcat, and the puppy. Take that shit and get out. Go ahead.
And be God.
Mm-hmm.
And bless me also.
And bless me. Say goodbye and Lord be with me when I'm leaving. Because this shit here is beyond me. That's where America needs to be at. Broken. Broken. See all them comes. Listen, give it a hand. That's where America needs to be, brother. They need to be there because, okay, you see how they talk to us, you know, with the slightest thing. You get pulled over, the cop talk to you, and he ain't even pleasant. Every now and then you find a pleasant one. But for the most part, they're all mad and no. I need them broken. All the way broken. You know, just like, man, just go ahead, man. Officer, what's wrong? My wife just called my firstborn's dead. Oh, shit. For real? You don't say. Put up your Facebook Live. What happened? Oh, man, tell it to my people. I got a huge platform. Go ahead. You get the point? Like, you want them broken up. You want them broken and not wanting to harm us anymore. You want one of them old Karens going down on the border and unlocking them cages and say, just go. Just get out. Take some water, take some food. Just go. For God's sake, go. That's what you want. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen now. I read some story about, who was it? Is Atlanta? Georgia governor. One of them governors trying to change the law for fentanyl overdoses, to not call it overdose anymore, to call it poisoning. Fentanyl poisoning. Because so much of these devils is dying from the overdose. So now they could charge a drug dealer with murder. Go get fentanyl. Listen, sit down on the side of the street and put a hat saying donation for fentanyl. I'll drop 20 in it. Because the more you all die, they'll make laws to stop this fentanyl so my people ain't gonna die. I need you all to overdose some more. You don't listen. Go get high on life, man. Go get full out high on life so they could make laws to stop all these damn drug dealers so my people could survive. I'm happy about that. That's good. It sounds strange, right? The more they die, they're going to look at it and see the problem and try to change laws to save their life. And because they have us as slaves, we are going to benefit from it. The more they get hurt. Come on.
You brought up the fentanyl. Like I just heard something. It was on World Star
Mm-hmm.
in Florida. That it's a new drug. It's 20 times more potent than fentanyl in Florida. They just found that out. So we gotta
listen. Any one of your oppressors need a little handout to go get high. Just come down to the camp. I'll drop something in your hat. I don't care what to do with the money. You don't go buy KFC or go buy crack. I don't care. Just go get high. Go get higher and die. So these lawmakers could go make some laws to put these damn drug dealers to death because you're a goddamn witch. You're a witch and you're destroying black people. You get the point? You're a witch and you destroy black people. You destroy us. You help our oppressor destroy us, and you're gonna know how to pay for what you're doing. Now I'm saying this why? So you could stop selling. You could leave the goddamn plug alone. Leave the 2 phones. Leave all that behind. Your people is more valuable than that, Negro. Your people is way more valuable than that. And if that law ever passed, that would be the Lord sending judgment your way. You know how much years our people get plagued by the crack and the meth and heroin. You know how much years our people had to go through with crack babies, women whoring themselves out. I mean, ridiculous stories about it. And now you trying to say that these drug dealers, we're gonna charge them as murderers because it's poison. And rappers been talking about poison, all this poison you're pushing in the hood. This poison, as drugs is poison. No, it's poison because your daughters die. But I need more of your daughters to die then. I need more of your Beckys and them to die. Let Britney Spears go overdose on fentanyl quick, man. Let her just, just go overdose on fentanyl. Come on.
That's heavy that you said, because a lot of these rappers then go be using that in their little rap lyrics, because some cases going to be dropped on them.
And listen, it's coming, Ark. It's absolutely coming. As this empire falls, what you're going to find is what starts to affect them is what used to affect us. Right? What used to affect us. That's in the Bible. What do I want? The precept I'm talking about. He got the precept. I'm telling him stuff. Yeah, young prophet right there. He just trying to get his head.
Sorry, say it one more time.
As this place falls, you would start seeing things affect the oppressor and our oppressors. The same things that affect them is what used to affect us.
Paraphrasing, can we use he that puts in captivity shall go into captivity?
That's very specific. And we ain't seeing them going into captivity. So that wouldn't be for that.
I'm gonna paraphrase it. Is it the one when he was talking about if you touch one of his children, he will smite thee sevenfold, something like that?
Nope. Go ahead.
It's like another paraphrase. It says, as his kingdom falls, we'll rise.
Yeah, that's no, not that one.
Brother online, Zion, Yahanna says, Deuteronomy 30:7 says, and the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee.
I'll take that. That's not the one I wanted, but I'll take that. Mathia.
Revelations 18:4.
Let me hear you.
This is the book of Revelations, 18, chapter 4.
You stop the water.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sin, that ye receive not of her plagues.
I could take that, but that's not specific enough.
Okay.
But I'll take that too. But that one in Deuteronomy is very close. Anybody else?
I'm going to read 2 Ezra 15:11.
Let me hear you.
But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with the plagues as before, and I will destroy all of the land thereof.
No. Hold on, I'm looking for it for you. Hold on. Anybody else?
Could you use Psalms 109, sir?
Let me hear you.
Come
Hold on, maybe I'm paraphrasing it wrong. Go ahead.
There's a brother online that's Blackley says Romans 11:9.
Let me hear you.
And David saith, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them.
That's good too, but that's more talking about the things they do to harm us. It's gonna come onto them, right? That's good too, but there's another one I want. Hold on, maybe I'm paraphrasing. Give me Isaiah 51. Start at 21. No, start at 20.
Come. The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net.
Mm-hmm.
They are full of the fury of the Lord.
Right? That's the condition of our young men today. You skip up to 19. Let me give you some context on this, all right?
Verse 19. These two things are come unto thee, who shall be sorry for thee. Desolation and destruction.
Right.
And
These are things that come unto us and nobody is sorry for us. He's asking, who will be sorry for thee? Desolation and destruction. We've been made desolate. I watched a housing documentary on Detroit last night, boy. It's like it's okay. They went from homes that cannot sell because they're too expensive to homes that cost $1 and nobody still would buy the shit. There's a house right now in Bel Air in Los Angeles that costs $285 million. Brother, they took 45 minutes to do the whole house, to walk through the whole house. $285 million the house cost. The investors pulled out because something happened and they couldn't finish it to sell it. And they talk about how much cubic feet of soil they pulled out of the earth to build the shit. And the codes that while they was building it, you can't build like something like that in California no more. Brother, the house is like a whole other country. It has 103 bedrooms, some like 60-something bathrooms, 2 gyms, 3 or 4 different heating spas. It got like 5 kitchens. And then they show Detroit. And I'm like, well, goddamn, why don't we take everybody from Detroit and make them live in the house? That's 100 people you can take off the street. These devils don't want that. And this is how they are. On the front lawn, I mean, the house is bad as shit. I ain't gonna lie. I had to stop watching the shit towards the end. Satan started to talk to me. They have a flat lawn, like a golf course. And in the corner, and you could see the whole city of LA. And the way how the house is, where you stand and the house is kind of under you. So you stand kind of like on the roof, but it's not the roof. But you could see from anywhere you stand outside, you could see the whole city. You up in the hill. It's the highest point in Bel Air. There's a statue, and they say it's the angels. It's a statue. It's like four things going up in the air, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's these little glass things like feathers. And he asked him what that statue means. He said this was an artist's depiction of an angel. And why is an angel? Because this is the city of angel, Los Angeles. And I'm like, why? How would they get 4 wings and feathers? And like, this is these devils are. That's from the Bible. The angel has 4 wings. And this house is 285. It's valued at that, but nobody would buy it right now because they done miss the whole mansion craze. All these celebrities are selling their mansion right now. They can't afford it no more, or they just don't want to. And it's ridiculous how much, how wealthy they are and how poor we are. We so desolate and facing so much destruction, and nobody feels sorry for us. Pray for Ukraine, my ass out. Excuse my language. Nobody would feel sorry. Keep reading.
Come. And the famine and the sword.
And the famine and the sword. All the poverty and hunger we have. You ain't got to talk about what we did on the border with the mission to Acuna, with I.S.U.P.K and Levi. You get the point? In all the countries, in America and outside of America, is a ton of poverty. We're going through our own famine. And the sword, meaning we're getting put to death. We're getting put to death and don't nobody care. Nobody gives a damn. You get the point? America took Mexico's land and called it Texas, but they're mad with Russia for taking over Ukraine. You get the point? Nobody cares, though. Keep reading.
Come. Verse 20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets. As a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God.
Right? This is why as a people, you have this phrase, the angry black man, because it's the anger of the Lord. Why are you black men always so angry? You're not asking, what's the Ukraine president name? You're not asking Zelensky why he mad. You're not asking them Klitschko brothers who stopped boxing why they mad. You could understand that shit, but you don't understand why we mad. You don't understand why the brother had to have his pants low and talk all out of his, be all loud and boisterous. You don't understand why Keisha need the flamboyant hair. You that shit is beyond you. You don't understand. Well, calm down. Why you gotta have so much attitude? You don't understand that shit though. But some old bitch in Ukraine loading up an AK and learning to stab, you could understand that shit. But you don't understand us. Get the point, keep going.
Come. Verse 21. Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine.
He said, now listen to this. He's talking to the house of Israel. Who's afflicted, meaning you done suffered pain and trauma and destruction and poverty. You done suffered these afflictions. And we drunk, but not with wine. What are we drunk with? Oppression. We drunk with oppression in a nutshell. We drunk with the Christianity. We drunk with America's way of life. We drunk with, everything except the Lord. We're drunken with it. It's like we can't see our way. Like, why black people just can't do this? Why they can't pull themselves up? We drunk, but not with wine. Keep going.
Come.
Somebody hand up. Good. Come on.
Come. Verse 22. Thus saith thy Lord, the Lord, and thy God that pleadeth the cause of his people.
Mm-hmm. Thus saith the Lord that plead the cause of his people, not the whole world, not everybody, not all who calls upon him, but his people. Go ahead.
Come. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again.
Right? The Lord going to take out of our hand that cup of trembling and that cup of fury. That's okay. That feeling we have when you are around the oppressor, it's trembling. You got to straighten up and talk different and act different. The cup pull you over. You know nothing wrong, but it's still uncomfortable. Still uncomfortable feeling. The Lord could take that away. He could take away that fury from us if we obey him, if we do what he says to do. He could take it. Even the dregs of the cup. You know what the dregs of a cup is? Come on, break it down.
It's like if I may, sir. It's like all the material that sinks to the bottom. Like you got sediment. Yeah.
Down here forms the sediment on the bottom.
Right.
Whatever you're drinking. No, you have a ton of not purified is the word. What do I want? Is refined. You have a ton of refined drinks. Like some people come on.
Cold press drinks.
What's cold press?
Cold press be it's a certain type of press that they do with the fruit, and then like the puree and the pulp will just sink to the bottom.
Like that. Before, having stuff with pulp and all that roughage, all that extra, stuff from the fruit in it was considered healthy. Right. And of course, the oppressors want everything smooth in their mouth, so they remove all the pulp, remove everything that stops them from enjoying life. Right. You don't want to taste the orange. They don't want the orange pulp. They want to, you don't want to spit a seed out. Oh, God forbid. Yeah. Right? Come on.
Like if I put the Passover wine, it has that.
That Passover wine has that thing that settles right to the bottom, right down to the bottom here. That's how you know it's good. Here you come to the Passover, you get some. Right. I'm going to take yours if you ain't there. Right? That dregs, that settles to the bottom, meaning, and usually because it's at the bottom, it soaks up all the potency in a drink like wine. That stuff down there is strong. Right. The Lord said, we've drunk the dregs of the cup of affliction and adversity. We drank the strongest strong of it. Like the way we get destroyed, don't nobody else get destroyed like that. Somebody else get destroyed like that, it's a crime. Right. Michael Brown laid in the street for about 9 hours. They're trying to make me cry from some old Ukrainians strewn out in the street dead. Right. I don't give a damn about them niggas. As far as I'm concerned, they're acting. Right. As far as I'm concerned, that's a Hollywood movie going on across there. I don't give a damn about them. Michael Brown was dead in the goddamn street for about 9 hours. Nobody would cover him. Nobody would remove him. They stopped his mother from going near the body. You want me to cry for some Ukrainians? You got to be out your goddamn mind. So I'm going to come to you. Go ahead.
It's like I said, just off topic, what you said is hilarious because Putin is claiming that all them mass graves and stains, he's like, that's not real.
Hey, listen, I'm with you, Putin. I believe you. The arm of Hollywood is far reaching. I'm Jada Pinkett. Slaka, go ahead.
I had a friend of mine that in the world that they left him on the street uncovered for 4 hours.
I'm trying. They don't feel sorry for us.
Right.
And they don't consider that a crime, an international crime. Zelensky trying to say that's war crimes and this crime. But what's been happening to us? That's not a war crime? Right. That's the Philando Castile woman. Like, I watched that video. I'm like, bitch, get shot with me. Don't watch that shit. just move your hands so the cop could blow you away too. Because I don't know how you living after that shit. I know I wouldn't be able to watch that shit and be normal. Right. To keep your hand on the steering wheel, sir. And she gurgling over, blood coming up through her mouth, and and the child in the back seat. What the fuck? And I had to feel sorry from some Ukrainians. Man, get them niggas some vodka and some ice. Tell them call me in the morning. Who gonna feel sorry for us? Keep reading.
Come. Verse 23. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee.
Now the Lord, now he's saying this is going to be the end of our affliction. He's going to put it into the hands of them that afflict us. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord that we were born who we are. Thank the Lord a hand for making us niggas, spicks, and wetbacks. Because we're going to live to see some Ukrainian Michael Brown get slain in the street. They're going to be sold into slavery. People are going to be like, why these Russians and these white people can't pull themselves up by the bootstraps? Why they're so violent? They're going to get that now. They're going to get destroyed and made desolate and famine and the sword. You understand? So now, we had to suffer with our people getting fentanyl overdose. And they was treating it like it was the new drug that niggas just consuming. And then Becky started consuming it. And Karen and Cody. Poor Cody. He used to play what's the thing with the lacrosse? Cody was the captain of his lacrosse team, and he died on fentanyl. We want to make fentanyl overdoses, fentanyl poisoning, so we could charge these drug dealers with murder. Good. More y'all need to go get high. Get high on me. I got you. I got some extra cash for you, Becky. Go get high. Go ahead.
It had me excited when I heard General Yahanna say, if manager Yahanna had his way, we won't even die. We're not even going to die like in the initial death. We're not even going to die.
Mm-hmm. That's what the Lord wants, The Lord, listen, get that scripture for me too, all right? That's in the same vein, and I'm going in. And then we're going to go back. Anybody else holding anything that I need? Nothing else? Get that one for me in Ezekiel, all right? So this, keep reading Isaiah 51:23.
But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over.
Right, that's what they say to our soul. As they afflict us and they destroy us and they, do whatever they want to do to us, brother. I mean, there's another video, I don't know, you all probably seen it, where this brother and his rib, it looked like his rib. I'm not sure if it's his sister or it's his rib. They get stopped at some traffic stop. And the cop proceeds to search his rib, and I mean, fully feel up the girl, brother. And he's just there. You could see he turned on like, what you doing? But he didn't want to say nothing because he's so scared that this cop gonna kill him. And then the girl, she's totally disheveled. She's already fully clothed. She goes in the car and gets a coat and covers up because she's so violated, boy. And I'm like, to stand there and watch that shit, it'll take something away from your life where you would not be the same no more after. You're not going to be the same. And he's going to go on and he's going to live. His firstborn needs to die. That's right. And without warrant, without anything. And then his partners and everybody needs to suffer that death. And he needs to understand that this is happening because of what he did. You get the point? That's what they need the type of death from the Lord that they know this is because of what we did to them black people. This is not for Hiroshima and Nagasaki. This is not for, some other heathen country they hurt because they always strike a deal with them or apologize or give them some money or they own to make up for what they do. But us, they act like it never happened. And if the evidence is too overwhelming, they say we brought it on ourselves. They need the death act. They need it. Passover is something that they need, not us. They need it. You get the point? They need it. It's good medicine for them to be humble, to recognize another human being. Because we do. Even after all the destruction, we still have some sort of moral compass when it comes to them. We still, oh no, that's too much. You can't do that. We still we have a certain amount of humanity towards everybody else. Well, other people, you have Arabs working in them little 7-Elevens and them, quick stops, making them little stupid videos. Come on, Yahanna always talk about it, where they'll put the phone in the window as the brother or sister come to pay. They'll be like, you a punk or some shit, and watch the brother act out. You know what I mean? During the COVID, one of them had the price gun and was saying, yeah, this is the COVID tester. Sister come in there high out her mind, and he said, you might have COVID. Let me test you. And he swiping the gun on her forehead and say, yep, you're positive. And she losing her mind because she don't know no better. But this is some Arab, and he has a huge channel now. And a few of them start doing it, and they're laughing in our destruction. They need to die, brother. They need medicine. They need the Lord's medicine, the Lord's vengeance act. They need it. They need to suffer it all at once with force and a nice cut all at once. That's what they need. And they're going to wake the hell up. Come on. Please, come on with it.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. I also will laugh at your calamity and will mock you, and will mock when your fear comes. So the reason I put that, because most times mocking them now, because the same way they mocked us.
Exactly. They mocking us and saying all kind of stuff about us, and the world will be better off without black people and this and that. Fentanyl. No problem. And there's more drugs coming. And there's more diseases coming. And there's more school shootings coming. And there's more plagues. And as that happens, more of us are going to re-enroll in HBCUs, and more black doctors and black lawyers and black teachers are going to come back to our neighborhood, and we're going to start to seek each other out more as they suffer what we used to suffer. And guess what's going to happen? As they're suffering, our people are still going to be like, well, Lord, surely that's enough. Surely that's enough, Lord. I mean, and the Lord going to have to say, you just don't know. But you know what? Go live in this big old castle up here called the Kingdom of Heaven. And don't worry what happens outside of these gates. Just go in there, and they're going to bring you riches and goats and just eat and be. But whatever happens outside these gates, don't worry. The 144,000 going to deal with that. Because the public ain't going to have an appetite for all the death. It tells you that in Jeremiah 16, how the angel had to hide us away in the chariot because we can't look at the indignation. There's going to be so much blood, it's going to horrify you. It's going to horrify you. So you know what? Don't worry about this. Just go in there and enjoy the kingdom of heaven. I'll leave the punishment to some men who are reserved for this with some angels. They're gonna punish these heathens good because I know what they need. I've been witnessing them abuse y'all since Adam, since Noah, since Abraham, since Isaac, since Jacob. You don't know what you're talking about. You was just born and you're a millennial. You're doing TikTok dances and shit. You don't know what you're talking about. Talking about mercy. Go up in that kingdom there and enjoy some gold. Go ahead.
Concert. I have a precept also, if I could.
Mm-hmm.
Revelations chapter 18, verse 5 through 6. For her sins have reached on to heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities.
Mm-hmm.
Reward her even as she rewarded you.
That's it.
And double onto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she filleth, which she hath filled to her double.
Exactly. In the cup which she filleth, fill to her double. Reward her as she rewarded you. To what? Who is the her? America. America is the great whore that sits on many waters. That's why that symbol of America, the Statue of Liberty, is sitting off the harbor in New York on water. Because America in the scriptures is that whore that sits on many waters. The Bible says, reward her double as she rewarded you. Right. Treat her the same way, and the Lord is going to do it just like he did in Egypt. That's right. Just like he did it, and it's justified. They earned what's going to happen to them. Yep. And we are going to honor what the Lord did every year until the Lord comes back. That's right. The Lord said, pull it for me in Leviticus, please. The Lord's Passover. On the 14th day or the 15th day or the first month or something like that. Pull it for me, please. All right. Go ahead, 23 and 3.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 3. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day.
23 and 4.
Come. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their season. Verse 5. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover. Verse 6. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must be, 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread.
Right? That's what we observe. The Lord had Moses put that in right after the Sabbath service. That Sabbath day is our first high holy day. Drive safe, right? That's our first high holy day, right? You have the Lord's Passover, right? You have the Lord's Passover, which we're going to celebrate this month, April 15th? April 15th at sundown is going to be in Florida, right? Cocoa, Florida. 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa, Florida. Come on down, check it out. Thursday night, April 14th. Commander Yahanna and the entire nation, everybody, man, woman, boy, and girl, going to be on that beach renewing our vows to the Lord to obey him and turn away from our weakness and our affliction and renew our oath to the Lord so that the Lord could come and spread blood on this earth, man. And the Lord could come and leave bodies, could feed the damn crows. Come and feed the crows, feed the vultures, and feed the worms. Give them a meal like there's been no meal before. Right? That's what we need. And the next day is the Lord's Passover. You're coming down and get it good and get it in. Because this earth needs it. This earth needs a whole cleansing and a cleaning. It needs something so that people would obey the Lord. And people would now revere the Lord's people, who are Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Everybody else gets justice. Everybody else gets respect. Everybody else gets treated like they're a human being except Black people. Right? Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. That's what I mean when I say Black people. All right, I think that's about it. I don't think anything else are holding, but he holding for me. Right? That would be come on.
It's like you asked for a scripture in Ezekiel.
Yeah, let me get that too.
I saw 2 scriptures.
Let me hear it. Any questions online? No sweat. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 24. For there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel.
And that's not what I'm.
The second one that I saw that's in Ezekiel is Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 7. Verse 7. Have ye not seen a vain vision?
No, that's not what I want. I want he takes no pleasure in the death of Israel.
Oh God.
Try Ezekiel 33, I think.
It's up there. Yeah, 33 and 11, sorry.
Let me hear you.
Come on.
Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 11. Say unto them, as I live, saith the Lord God, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked.
You understand? For everybody who, all gun ho, everybody here, how 1/3 is going to make it through and 2/3 not going to make it through. And everybody just assume they're part of the 1/3. Nigga, you the first of the 2/3. You number 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
Yeah, get the point? That's what John Mahaim was referring to. Who was bringing it out? He was bringing it out. That's what it is. That's the spirit behind Commander Yahanna. He wants that everybody would change and obey the Lord because he is a father. Right. And that's what the Lord wants. Right. The Lord wants, just think when you're angry with your children, you're going to say some shit that's, you're going to just have to repent on. You're just going to have to just be like, I'm not going to kick you out, but next time. You get the point? You're going to get there. The Lord, but don't push him because he might actually just kill everybody. You get the point? But the Lord is a father. Ain't nobody want to destroy the children. But you best believe if that father have any kind of integrity in him, any sort of backbone, he'll preserve his name and his house before he preserve your wicked life.
Right.
You're gonna have to leave. You're gonna have to do whatever you're doing outside.
Right.
Nothing here. And you go cry and miss you and everything like that, but you're not gonna destroy this house. Right. You get the point? It's the same thing with the Lord. The Lord would prefer, he got no pleasure in the death of the wicked. Right. A father don't have no pleasure in putting some child out and serving them up to the world and making them, you get out the house and they crying and calling and don't answer the phone. You gotta check the mother and check the siblings. Who you talking to? My big brother. You ain't got no big brother, nigga. Why? Why you have to do that? You got to make a separation. You got to sever that thing. But he don't want to do it. Right. He doesn't take pleasure in it. He would rather to never do that shit. But the Lord gonna do it though. Right? Keep reading.
I say unto them, as I live, saith the Lord God, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live. Turn ye from your evil ways. For why will ye die, O house of Israel?
Exactly. He had no pleasure in the death of the wicked. He would much rather we just turn from what we're doing. Right. Just stop doing it and obey him. Right. Why would you choose to die? Why do you want me to put you out? Why do you want me to punish you? That's what you want? Is that really what you want? That's what he's asking. Because he's a father. Right. He's a father who gets angry and wants what he wants done. Right. And if that's not done, you're going to pay. You get the point? You're going to pay. And just being dumb, stubborn children, what do we think about our father when he acts like that? My father don't love me. He must hate me. You hear how he talk to me? Nigga, at least he talking to you. You could have a father that'd be like, I don't got no child. You could be like that. He ain't talking to the Chinese. He ain't talking to the Arabs. He surely ain't talking to the Christians because they don't know a goddamn thing. Right. He's talking to you and cursing your ass out. Be thankful. He cursing your ass out for a reason. He checking you and blazing you and beating on you for a reason. But all you could think is about how it hurts and how you feel instead of being like, I have a parent who gives a damn. Let me straighten the hell up. That's how we are as a people. That's how we are as a people. You hear people rationalize it when we speak on the street. If God loves us, why he send us into slavery? Because he loves us, Negro. That's why. This is how he beats us. You get the point? When your mother said send that sister who's a drug addict out of the house and put her in rehab, did they do that because they love her or they hate her? No, that was the parents' love. That's the parents' love. Slavery was. Let me ain't say it like that. I'm gonna say slavery was a rehab, but somebody gonna cut that right there and make it sound like I'm saying slavery was a good thing. It was an absolutely evil thing, but we were evil to the Lord, so we needed it done. We needed that. We needed to go into captivity and be under these oppressors until we just wanted to not be under them no more. And that's the contrite spirit the Lord wants. He wants you now to just be broken and coming right back to him so he could be a father to you. Now you're ready to listen. Now you're ready to listen. It's like a child. You know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes you got to put that belt on that child. And you ain't want to, but you got to beat them till the voice leaves them. You gonna listen on? Hey, come on. You wipe your face? And they cry. And you bring them in and you ain't want to do that to them. But nigga, I told you do this shit. And children will test you. They will look at you. Don't do it. No, you know how to go get the whole clip for you now. You get the point? And that's what we done did to the Lord. That's why we need that Passover. That's that spirit of Passover. You get the point? What time we got? Come on, Kagan.
Oh, Slaki, I was going to put another precept. Jeremiah 17, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies.
Read one more time. Tell him where you're at.
Slaki, I'm at Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself,
thou shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou hast knowest not. And for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
Right? That's a perfect precept. That's perfect for it. The Lord going to discontinue us from our heritage. Right? We done kindle a fire in the Lord that's going to burn forever. Right? It's going to burn because we done disobeyed him. It's, once again, let's think of a father who loves his household. And he's not suffering disobedience in his household. You get the point? Come on.
It's like if I made sure, and I think the Most High that I was able to have my father for a good portion of my childhood, because he would do things that to us as children, it was cruel. Like I remember one time he came, nobody did what he said. Like he told us to do this and do that. He gave us a whole list to do before he got off the slave. And we came back and we were just chilling, sleeping.
Hell yeah, you're laying up. That's it. You're laying up. Yo, they're busting his ass for the oppressor.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He came back and he was so just over the top. Like he started grabbing stuff that belonged to us and started breaking it.
Hell yeah.
Smashing
Give
it.
him a hand, man.
Yeah.
Music to my ears right there, bro. I know exactly what that means.
Yeah, so as kids, we like, yo,
Look, what are you on?
Yeah, God.
What's wrong with you?
God, and that's exactly what our people do as rebellious people, as rebellious children. We see the little black kids getting killed by stray bullets, and we say, yo, what kind of God would do that? And you don't understand. The Lord the Lord punishes us where it hurts.
Exactly.
And that's what my father was doing. He was breaking game systems and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, this.
This is
drastic.
It'll shock the shit out there. It'll be like, oh shit.
Right.
God damn. What? You'll be like, nigga, what's his?
Yeah.
And you try to go down, get sympathy from mom. No, talk to him. He's tripping. I want no smoke, nigga. I want no smoke.
Yeah.
You want to break up and make up now? Shit. You on your own, nigga. You didn't call me when you was playing games, though. You calling me for now? Come on.
Now you're going double time trying to get another game system.
Shit, nope. I mean, not if he come correct. You bring another game system and how you break your ass next. Because he ain't buy it.
No, so like I'm saying, you going extra good.
Oh, to get one from him. Oh, yeah, but shit, that shit don't work. That shit don't work. Because he ain't buying that shit back. Hit the point. Come on, sis.
Now, I was going to say, like, white people, they don't really discipline their kids. Like, they can talk to them any kind of way. And that's how I always knew, like, we was different because my mother threw corn at my forehead and all that. Like,
whatever she could pick up.
Yeah. It's like they could just say whatever they want to their parents and they just hope, like, that's just like.
Yeah, we not there, man. Yeah. We not there. You ain't shoot up no schools, though. Right. Get the corn in hand. That corn taught you well. That corn taught you well. But Cody, he never got corn thrown at him. He never got yelled at where he was like, you go in the room and start punching the air like the nigga boys in the hood. He fake slamming the door, turn around, yelling at the door. Fuck you. You ain't shoot up no school. But Cody, time out, Cody. That's it. You're grounded. That nigga shoots up the school, though. He shoots up the school. He kidnapping children and having them in the basement, corpses. Like that old DC, what's the one? The DC anti-abortionist. You all heard about that? This white woman, she's against abortion, right? She's an anti-abortionist. She's so, down with Planned Parenthood, championing the cause, leading marches against Capitol Hill. The FBI kicked in her door last week and found 8 fetuses. I'm like, well, I don't know. They probably sent the bitch up. I don't know. But now it's like, where you get these damn dead babies from? You get the point? Nobody ever throw corn at her. Nobody ever, you get the point? Nobody ever did it. Like, we are special people. We are absolutely different people. Come on.
Sorry, we got a question in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, no.
Make sure you just check all the chats the 2 Facebook streams too, all right? Or everything will show up there. No sweat. Go ahead.
Yo, no. Why ain't no brotherhood of Jews addressing the gang stalking done by the government? There are a lot of Israelites being gang stalked.
Being what? Gang stalked?
Gang stalked.
Gang stalk or gang stalk?
Gang, like gang.
Okay, gang. What is gang stalking? But you know, you got to define what gang stalking is, brother. Just the or sister. I don't know who what you are, but just define what is gang. I've never heard gang stalking. You know what I mean? I've never heard that. I've heard the government stalking people because they're black. You understand? I know that niggas is black. Kaga?
So like, if I may too, it's like the devil. He's trying to take away everything that he know that will correct our people. Like back then, when we was coming up, we had teachers used to smack our hand with the rulers.
Mm-hmm.
But now they take, you know how the scripture say, spit a rod, stuff like that. Now you beat your kid, they can send people to take your kid away from you. They trying to take away the thing that will correct our people, and what their way of discipline on our children was affect us.
Say that one more time.
Like for example, like we can't beat our kids. Like we have to follow their rules. We gotta do the during timeout. If we touch our kids, they take our kids away from us.
Mm-hmm.
Their version of discipline, we have to follow their version, but their version affecting our kids.
Hell yeah, it absolutely does. It definitely absolutely does. We're not the same. We're different. Two manner of people are in thy womb. That's what's in the Bible, right? Come on, Slaki.
Gang stalking or group stalking is a set of persecutory beliefs in which those affected believe they are being followed, stalked, and harassed by a large number of people. The term is associated with the targeted individual, virtual community formed by like-minded individuals who claim their lives are disrupted from being stalked by organized groups intent on causing them harm.
Okay, it sounds like some paranoia to me.
Yeah,
it sounds like a little bit of paranoia, and I'm gonna explain why it's a little bit of paranoia. Emmett Hill wasn't in a gang.
Right.
You know what I mean? He wasn't. Christ wasn't in a gang.
Right.
But there was niggas though.
Right.
Is anybody stalking the area nation? Is there gangs? I want this person to tell me which gangs does he think is being stalked?
Right.
And it better be the Sons of Anarchy. It better be them niggas. Come on.
He said a lot of Israelites being gang stalked.
Okay, well then it's not gang stalking. Right. It's just good old-fashioned racism. Right. This good old baseball and American pie and Dr. Pepper racism. Right. That's what it is. It's because if we're talking about gang stalking, the Aryan Nation is a gang, right? What's the other some of them white gangs they have? The skinheads, they're a gang. What else they have? Anybody know any other ones? The Proud Boys is a gang. And shit, the one who gets sentenced is a nigga. It's not even, the leaders, the white people who's Proud Boys. The Boogaloo Boys. But give me some of them old, real old, the neo-Nazis, the Aryan Nation, the skinheads, the 1%ers. They have a whole ton of them, right? Are they talking about being gang stalked? Okay, so we're not talking. This has nothing to do with gangs, brother, right? And this is what we've been saying for years. I'm assuming this is a brother. What's his name?
Yo, no, he has no comment.
Yo, no, give me the comment.
Yo, no said it's a Department of Homeland funded through local police department. It uses all levels of security to harass a target.
Okay, but the targets they're harassing is not the Aryan Brotherhood. By your own mouth. The targets, according to you, that they're harassing is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Well, if there's a Department of Homeland Security that has targeted blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, then gang stalking killed Emmett Till. Right or wrong? Which set was he representing? Which colors was he from? Which hood was he from? This has nothing to do with gangs. You think it has to do with gangs because in every brother situation who has allegiances to some sort of gang, those colors mean more to you than your nationality. They mean more to you than your race, and that's a tragedy. That's a tragedy. I understand the gangs gave you structure, it gave you brotherhood, it gave you a certain amount of manhood. It taught you to do a whole lot of things you didn't know you could do and control and, be a man over. But your people who are not in gangs are also being targeted. You get the point? They follow me around the CVS all the goddamn time till I don't go in no more. I can't remember the last time I went up there to register. I'm not walking in the goddamn door. I'm not asking nobody for no help. Somehow I just always look. Listen, I went to court recently. Good night. I went to court recently. They called the case. I step up front. The bailiff, some old short dyke about this high, excuse me, alternative lifestyle woman. But this high, bald head, the damn jacket she have on covering her fingers, she's so damn tiny, but the thing bulging out on the back, so I know, okay, she all with power. So I'm walking up, and she said, go on this side. I say, ain't no sweat. I go on this side. So say, are you so-and-so? I say, yes. Go over there. He's not the one who the case is against. She just look at me and just say, well, somebody got to put a case on me. So I got to go on that side. I watch this bitch. I was like, oh, yeah. I look like the criminal, right? I look like the one who needs to be locked up. I ain't in no gang. You know what I mean? What we talking about? I'm not in no gang. This is because you're black act. This is what it is. And just like being a Christian, being an old clean face, suit and tie wearing Christian, or being a kufi wearing Muslim, or a Farrakhan Muslim, or being in Esau's military and being staff sergeant, triple G, whatever, blah, 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 or a Navy SEAL, does not change the fact that you're just a nigga. Your gang colors do not change the fact that you're a nigga. It doesn't change the fact. And Homeland Security don't need to fund nothing to target you, because Karen is targeting you right now. Apu, you walk. Why are you thinking every in 7-Eleven the glass is this thick in the hood? Because that's how they look at us. The Homeland Security funding their ideology. No, brother. Everybody hates Chris. You don't understand. You think it's because you're in the gang. It's because you're black. That's why. It's because you're a nigga. And you need to come into the truth. You and the gang brothers, all the sets, all the affiliation. Once you're black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you need to drop them colors and come into the truth. Come into the truth and serve the power. So now you could now fund departments to target them. You could now be in here and have councils on how you're going to sell, the people in Ukraine to Kagar, because he needs slaves, which is coming. Which is coming. You get the point? I understand the gangs facilitated something with young black men at a certain age because this oppressor done destroyed our fathers, done locked our fathers up, gave them life cases, life sentences. Many of our fathers who was not in gangs and just took our fathers. And now the gang had become our father, become our bigger brother, become our government. And it served this purpose for whatever time it did in your life. But now you have to understand that you got to be in the truth right now. You got to be in the truth. The Tekashi 6ix9ine is supposed to be a blood. How come he ain't in jail? What, the gang stalking didn't target him? Huh? Niggas, that nigga free right now. The gang stalk, what, they didn't have enough money in the federal department for him? You get the point? It's, come on now. Just get any truth. That's all he had to do. He had any other comment?
He kept talking about let me just read it. It's a COINTEL program. He's talking about the funding in the Homeland Security. He said, I am from Oakland, California. It's under community police, and they are targeting people for soft kills. And the last one he just put up, gang stalking is not the correct term. It uses a lot of people. It's under manifest.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're trying to say. What I'm telling you is, this is not targeting the gangs as you seeing it. You're seeing it like that because all around you is colors. And whatever happening around you, you think it's just that. But if you were, somebody pull up, hold on. I'll tell you this name to pull up. What's the brother who got stabbed in the University of Maryland? Richard Collins III. Somebody look him up. Salaki, he was a Bowie State student. Look up Richard Collins III. Look up Richard Collins III. Philando Castile was not a gang member. He was a teacher. He was a teacher, and the cops still killed him. That was a soft target. The brother was complying, right? Somebody look up Richard Collins III. I think it's the Lieutenant Richard Collins III. He was a lieutenant in Esau's military. You have it, Pagaiboa? Please go ahead.
White man.
If you could, you know how to pull up these pictures on the screen and stuff like that? No, sir. Let me see if I could handle it. Go ahead.
Okay. White man gets life in prison for killing Black Army First Lieutenant Richard Collins III. Sean Urbanski.
That's the name. Sean Urbanski. Go ahead.
A former University of Maryland student who stabbed and killed a Black Army lieutenant at a bus stop in May 2017 was sentenced to life in prison for what prosecutors said was a racially motivated hate crime. A Prince George's County Circuit Court judge handed down the life sentence for Urbanski, who's 25. However, the judge denied the prosecution's request for a sentence without parole. I'm absolutely satisfied that justice was served, said Maryland State Attorney Aisha Braveboy, who office prosecuted the case. I think it is highly unlikely that he will be paroled, at least anytime soon, she added in an interview with NPR Friday. However, the judge made that decision based on certain objective factors, like the fact that this was his first offense. Urbanski, who is white, was convicted of first-degree murder in 2019 for the killing of Richard Collins III. It took place on the University of Maryland College Park campus while Collins was visiting a group of friends.
Right. He went there. He went there for the weekend for University of Maryland graduation. Right. He was a Bowie State student, and he was hanging out the Friday night. It was the day before the graduation, the Thursday night. This Sean Urbanski, who is a young terrorist in the making, he had KKK ideologies. There's pictures he have sitting on an eagle statue doing the Heil Hitler sign. He had various Facebook posts about, xenophobic posts like these immigrants taking all our jobs and we need to purify the race, blah, blah, blah. The witnesses said that they was walking with Richard Collins III, and Urbanski came down the walkway and said, move aside, nigga. And they turned around like, who the hell is this? And as he turned around, brother run the knife straight through, devil run the knife straight through him a few times and left. This is University of Maryland, right in College Park, not too far from here. Anybody ever drive through College Park at night, you're supposed to know the police presence in College Park. It's a predominantly white school. None of those oppressors caught Urbanski that night. The cops didn't catch him that night. But that brother died, though. Right. He wasn't in no gang. He was a lieutenant in the U.S. Army. It was the Army or what? Or Navy? Army. Decorated. They don't need to fund the department for soft kills, right. Brother. What's his dude name? You know?
Yeah, yo
know. They don't need to fund the department for it. It's in their DNA, it's in their system, it's in their belief, it's in their constitution, the unwritten constitution, to hate Assad. It's in there. What I'm trying to tell you is, colors got you this far. If you want me to take you further, leave the colors behind, tell your brothers, come find Commandant General Yahanna, so we can sell these bastards like the dogs they are. That's what you need to do. I'm not about soft kills. I'm about selling them like cattle. That's what I'm about. And you look at me wrong, I'll whip the skin from your back. That's that. With total, supreme domination from the 12 tribes of Israel. I'm not playing for anything else. I'm playing for keeps. I want all the marbles. And that means you have to give up them colors. Just like somebody had to give up Christianity or Islam or Rastafarianism, whatever you're in that brought you this far, you thank the Lord you're alive now to hear this message. Come into the I.S.U.P.K and the Commandant General Yahanna. The Lord is waiting to flood the earth with blood, man. The Lord is waiting. We're about to celebrate Passover next week Friday, where the Lord killed the Egyptians for us. slaughtered the Egyptians for us. Time to give up what you thought was strong. Time to give up what you thought was the end all and be all of your masculinity. Time to give up what you thought, what got you this far. It got you this far, no problem. Come check out the UPK. Come check out the UPK. And let me give you another thing. Let me just I don't want to say correct something you said. Let me clear up something that you said, right? You said, how come nobody is talking about all the what's this? The gang stalking. Brother, you probably have not heard about the UPK before. But there's brothers in here who were in them gangs and came out and stood on the streets and was talking about all the killing and murdering that was going on, not just amongst us with each other, but what they do to us. If there is something that's called gang stalking, we always against it. We've always been against it. There hasn't been a time in the history of the school where we haven't spoken about how this oppressor, this white man who is the devil, slaughters us day in and day out. You haven't been listening. You have not been listening. I don't know who you're listening to, but it surely is not the Israelite school or UPK. It surely isn't, because we champion the destruction of our people, whether you're a Christian, Muslim, whatever, blue, black, red, yellow, who gives a damn? Once you're the seed of the slaves, once you're the seed of the Hispanics, once you're the seed of the Native Indians and the Seminole Indians, once you come from that stock, you are people, and we've always championed the cause. And this is another thing too. I want to appear that I'm beating up on you or anything like that. Do not take it like that. We always, as a people, choose to separate our pain from everybody else. You say nobody talking about gang stalking. The reservation say nobody talking about the reservation. Judah would say, well, nobody don't care about what's going on in here, everybody else. Benjamin would say nobody don't care about this. The Haitians would say nobody don't care about that. Nigga, we all Israel, man. We all the 12 tribes. Your problem is my problem. And your problem is the same problem as mine. And I'm not in a gang. But guess what? They'll murder me just like they'll murder you. It doesn't matter. It absolutely does not matter. What's real is you're black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, and your oppressor is Esau. And the scripture said we will be enemies from the womb. The scripture said we'll be sold to our enemies. For bondmen and bondwomen. Give me Deuteronomy real quick. I wanted to get into that slut Jada Pinkett Smith tonight. Pause. But I think she probably gonna get away, boy. I'm gonna have to wait until after Passover for that dog. You get the point? Absolute zero respect for that piece of garbage. That old bald-headed dog. You understand? That thing, that creature. Man, the old weak bastard Will Smith. I wanted to get a little bit into it tonight. Brothers, just don't get no hoes out. Don't get no sluts, brother. Don't listen. Wait, let her come up in here and do that 6 months and, come to her father and, persuade him to approve you to marry her. Do that. But don't go out on these streets and get this thing, this nasty thing. Everybody looking at her, she this, she that, that is the dog of the earth. Her mother, and that daughter is not far behind. I can tell you that straight up and down. It's a horrible, horrible example of women. I don't understand how nobody ain't saying shit about it. Everybody's supporting them damn bastards. They're disgusting, and she is a whore. Get me in Deuteronomy where with Amalek. Give me. Hold on. Deuteronomy 25 and 18.
Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 18. How he met thee by the way.
17.
Verse 17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way, when ye were come forth out of Egypt.
Right. Remember what Amalek is true. Amalek is the biblical name for the so-called Jewish man. That old yarmulke wearing bastard. His biblical name is Amalek. And the Lord is saying, remember what Amalek did to you by the way. Go ahead.
Verse 18.
When we came out of Egypt after Passover, After the Lord done killed the Egyptians and we coming out of Egypt, Amalek decided he was going to hurt us though. But not hurt us what? From the front where the warriors are. Amalek did something ghastly and bad like a bastard. Amalek chose soft targets. Go ahead.
Verse 18. How he met thee by the way and smote the hindmost of thee.
The hindmost. What does hindmost mean?
People in the back.
The people all the way at the very back. Right? The back of the line because they're a little bit slower, they're weaker, they don't have to meet the threats that coming up front. Front guard is strong, man. Right? Go ahead. And of course, nobody thinking somebody gonna attack. You know, there ain't no honor in attacking somebody who can't swing a sword. Right? Go ahead.
Even all that were feeble behind thee.
All that was feeble, the old, the elderly, young children, maybe sisters. Go ahead.
When thou wast faint and weary.
When we was faint and weary. Go ahead.
And he feared not God.
And he feared not the Lord. You're talking about Homeland Security and the FBI having a department and funding gang stalking. Amalek been gang stalking over 2,000 years ago. And we didn't have no colors then. We was just niggers in the wilderness. And they're choosing soft targets with no colors back then. And they came up and killed the women and the children and the elderly before we could even realize what the hell was going on. They didn't come and take us up front because that would be a hard target. They went and took soft targets. Brother, your colors brought you this far. Come into the truth now. See how far you go. Come and see real power. Come and see real brotherhood, a better brotherhood, a sounder brotherhood. Come and learn something that would save the lives of your brothers who are still here to be targeted. Right? The brothers who done, get lost, done get gunned down and done fell victim to the gang stalking you talking about. Let's save the other brothers who ain't get gunned down yet and ain't get targeted yet. Come into the Israelite School of UPK and you'll see something that'll open your eyes, brother. It'll open your eyes. There's a whole lot more to play for. Right? Somebody hand their hand up? Please.
Asking, is that where the word respect comes from? In this instance where we would look back.
Giving respect, I believe so. It's from a vantage point of giving respect, like looking back and looking out for. You're right, it's a military term. I forget exactly how the definition, unless you remember. You could bring it up.
Just like in the instance of this caravan, like the word respect is like you would show the feeble respect because the strong men would be in front, so you would look back
as a read, and you're inspecting the back. You respect. Go ahead.
You got one last comment.
Go ahead.
I talked to Hebrew Israelites online that have been isolated and harassed, Captain. I put my video in open chat. Check my videos out and associate videos. Thank you, brother.
Okay, this is what you need to do, The Hebrew Israelites you talk to online, unless they're the Israelite School of UPK, are Christian. They're not Hebrew Israelites. The Hebrew Israelites are in the Israelite School of UPK. I say it plainly and bluntly. I don't give a damn who gets offended about Shalom, Shalom, Shabbat Shalom and Ashar, Pesach and all that bullshit. I don't give a damn about that. You ain't get certified by Command General Yahanna. You ain't shit to me but a Christian.
That's right.
Yeah, you might think I hate you. I don't hate you. I just love my brothers enough not to mix their strength with your weakness. You get the point? This is what I think you should do, brother. I think you should call the school in California. He said he's in LA? Oakland is what, the Bay Area? That's what, Northern Cali? Call the school in Northern Cali, right? Put this number in there for him. (424-320-1597). That's ISUPK Northern California. You're going to get in contact with the school out there. And you talk to him. Don't talk to brothers online. Call that man and talk to him straight up. He's going to come and meet you with some brothers. And you're going to find out how you can get in this school and make a difference. And give me, oh boy, I really wanted Jada Smith tonight. God damn. She got away last week. The Lord gave me that cold to save her. So like I'm about to rip her a new one. I remember making so much enemies a few years ago when I said she was a loudmouth wench for going against the academy. I don't know if you remember that. She was the one who came out and said, let's boycott the Oscars. Because why? They didn't give Will Smith a goddamn Oscar. Right. So all the time, the academy being racist, she didn't give a damn. But because they was racist to her man, now we had to boycott. You remember that? Yep. A few years ago, she led the boycott because of Will Smith. She said he didn't get an Academy for that movie he made with his son. Right. He didn't get nominated. He didn't get an Academy. She wanted it. She said boycott the whole thing. She didn't give a damn about black people then. She was just a selfish bitch back then, like she's a selfish bitch now. Right. Excuse my language, sis. You want to hear the young man, right? Yeah, don't get no bitch out. Don't get no bitch. I'm saving your life right now. You get the point? The scripture say a whore is a deep ditch, and that is a deep one right there. It took all of August. August is a long month. Give me what's this I asked for? No, I was giving it to you. What's this we were talking about before? Oh Lord, lost the train of thought. Who have it?
We just Deuteronomy, the caravan.
Deuteronomy, the caravan.
I was talking about the other camps and how you get I.S.U.K.
Oh boy, I done lost the script. I was going to give you the scripture where you have the straight and narrow way. There's only one way. There's only one way to go. You should never ever deviate from it. You understand? You should never deviate from it. It was the original. It still is the original. It's the one. Come on.
It's Matthew 7:13.
Let me hear you.
Come. Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate. Mm-hmm. For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
Right now, straight and narrow. Only one man could pass at a time. Right. And this is something you're gonna have to take seriously, or else you really don't love your brothers like you say you do. Right? And this is not just for you. This is for them Christians. This is for them Muslims. This is for everybody in that old Pan-Africanist bullshit. Big up to Zaria. I call him the ghost of the Passover. So he kills them like the Passover, that the angel of death went in there and had that old Hamite praying. I think a whole picture. He like this. He praying because it blows. Right. Blows left, right, and center. It's rough. You understand? Like if you really want real power, brother, you get all them colors and bring them to the Israelite school of UPK. Because the only color that matters is the same color that mattered from the beginning. Right. The fact that you're black. That's right. That's the only color that matters, brother. There's no other one. With that, come on, yeah, one last thing.
I have a precept, if I may.
Please, come on, quickly.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desired.
Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Not O color not desired. Right. Or no gang that's not desired. Or no sect that's not desired. We're talking about a nation of Israel. And bring them brothers. Let them brothers come to class, man. Let them brothers ask every question they want. The white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of. Right. And that's what you need. You need that to set you free. And that's he's been the devil forever since. With that, we pass the class over to Priest and Officer Pagaivo.
Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world.
Shed themselves of the world.
They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means tenth in Hebrew, and it's pronounced Ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teachers. Priest fund, free will offering for priests. not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. The upcoming holy convocation is the Passover. Friday sundown until Saturday sundown. The 14th day after the first month. You can find this in the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 1 through 51, Leviticus chapter 23, verses 4 through 5, 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verses 7 through 8, and 2 Chronicles chapter 30, verse 17. Remind Akim and Akwakim to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, or scarf. With that, I say Amayim, which means to stand. We'll give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Amayim Shabbat. Amayim Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabrakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabrakatah.
Yahweh Matah. We say Saw, which means to turn. We give one courtesy salute to the sisters in Israel. Amayim Shabbat. Amayim Barak. Yahweh Shema Aladan Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Matah. Class dismissed.